Welcome to Melrose Unitarian Universalist Church. Our service today is called, Oh, We Give Thanks. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. I'm the Reverend Suzanne Skubik, Interligator, and it is my joy to be the minister of this congregation and see so many wonderful smiling faces this morning. Hello, welcome to worship. So, it is a busy time at church. It's almost always a busy time at church. There are a lot of great opportunities for you to volunteer here and make a difference. We have a Bread of Life meal coming up this Thursday, looking for more volunteers for that. We need a leader for our annual auction. If you're interested, please see finance. Oh, you could bake something or you could donate something for the alternative fair, which is coming up just next weekend. It's this coming Saturday. I hope you saw the banner outside. A lot of work goes into that. And I am looking for suggestions for our Giving Beyond Our Walls program. We have a few months available still this year, so if you've got good ideas, please email me. Thank you. So today's worship service is another in our series of monthly experiments with family-centered worship and more interactive worship. Once a month, we're trying something new. So at last month's brunch church, you may remember, we started here in the sanctuary. We did our usual chalice lighting and opening hymn, and we had a great little children's story that we acted out. And then we split up into two groups. Some went in Parish Hall and some went downstairs, and we sat around tables and had wonderful conversations. We're going to be doing sort of the same thing today. Instead of a whole meal for brunch, we're having a snack. There's muffins and fruit. We're also going to be enjoying a little craft activity together, but most important are the conversations that will happen and the connections that we'll have with each other. And we'll also be enjoying some music during that time, which is a special surprise. So I'll give you lots of instructions. You won't get lost, I promise. But that's today's service. I want to always, the theme tying everything together today, you may have guessed, is gratitude, because it's Thanksgiving. And it's always appropriate to take time off and think about all the blessings in our lives and how we can say thank you to the people who help us every day. And with that in mind, I want to thank today's helpers. Our usher, John Pastel, thank you, John. Our greeter, Kathy Sang. Our coffee hosts, Kelly Whalen and Beth Cochran, thank you. And now it's our moment to welcome one another into worship, as we do every week. We turn around and say hi to each other, hug, shake hands, say hello to the people joining us on Zoom. Hi, Zoom people. How you doing this morning? Hi, Michael. How you doing? Hey, Wendy. You look like you had your coffee. Hi, Bob and Phyllis. Good to see you. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny morning and a good time to be together. I call us to worship this morning with these words from the Reverend Laura Horton Ludwig. She writes, "The wheel of the year has turned again. Once more, the Thanksgiving season has arrived. How shall we sing our song of gratitude now? For what shall we give thanks? For this moment, for friends near and far, for our breath, for love, for courage and clarity, for delight, for beauty, for the tables round which we gather, the food we enjoy with our friends, seasoned with love and memory, for the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky, for the trees who have seen so much and still stand proud, stretching themselves up to the sky, for the bright voices of children, for the wisdom of our elders, for actions that bless the world, for hard work that makes a difference, for music and art and celebration, for generosity, compassion, and endurance. For all these things we give thanks as we join together in worship this morning." And now we light the symbol of our faith, the flaming chalice. Here to do it for us is our chair of the Religious Education Committee this year, Florence Cordovano, and her husband, Vincent Roger, and their daughter, Viva. Yay, a whole family. Florence, I like your Thanksgiving-themed blouse.
I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit and join me in the words of our covenant, which you can see on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. This is our great covenant, one with another and with our God.
Thank you. Would you all please remain standing and join together in our lovely traditional Thanksgiving opening hymn. It is number 349 in the great hymnal, We Gather Together. And our choir will lead us. Thank you, choir. Some feedback, Bill. I don't know what's going on. Well, let me know if I can do something. So this morning we have 2 rituals around gratitude that we're going to engage in together. The first one I want to invite you into now is called Gratitude Confetti. And it was created by my friend Karen Johnston, who's our minister in Burlington, Vermont. In every pew, you should find a little white basket on this corner end here. And it's got in it some colorful paper and pens and pencils. If you could just pass that down and everybody grab a piece of paper, something to write with. And if there's not enough, you could raise your hand. The ushers have more. They can hand more out. And while you have your paper and your pencil in your hand, just want to ask you for a moment of attention for this brief reading from the Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg. She writes, "The tendency for most of us each day is to focus on life's problems. More often than not, we find ourselves lamenting the prickly patch in our long-term relationship rather than stopping to appreciate its strengths, or the moments of incredible boredom at work which seem to outweigh the interesting aspects. We're wired with what's called negativity bias, an evolutionary instinct to look out for threats so that we can escape unharmed. But we can learn to work with negativity bias. I encourage myself to remember that being grateful doesn't mean I have to keep a gratitude jar to count my blessings. It just means that I can reset my thoughts, just like in meditation, and choose instead to gently settle my attention on something positive. We don't erase the pain, it's still there, but we can broaden our perspective by opening to our pain and also opening to things other than the suffering we feel." Unquote. So now I invite you to just let your mind settle for a moment if you can, and think about something positive in your life for which you are grateful. Write that down on your piece of paper, but remember that these will be read and shared with other people in the room, so you might want to not include identifying aspects, anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. Simply write down something that you're grateful for. We're going to listen to music for just a couple of minutes while you're doing that. You can use more than one sheet of paper if you like. Thank you, Tom. That's perfect. Are we feeling good? Does everyone have something written down? Okay, now this is where we get to the confetti part, the fun part. Before that, I'm looking for a volunteer. Viva, do you like to take photos? Oh, would you like to volunteer? Come on forward. I just want you to see if you can grab a photo of this on my phone. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now on the count of 3, I'd like everybody, well, first of all, look at your paper. Notice what color you have. Okay, and it's just for you to remember what color you have. Now, on the count of 3, just crunch it into a ball. 1, 2, 3, crunch. Good, following directions. Excellent. Okay, very good. Now, on the count of 3, we're going to throw them up in the air, but just so we can catch them ourselves. We're not swapping them yet, okay? And you are going to try to capture a photo of them up in the air if you can do it, okay? And if you could throw it up high and see if you can catch it yourself, that's the first test of the day, okay? 1, 2, 3. Oh, nice! Did you get it? You did? All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to ask those ushers to come around with the boxes for part 2. Now, did you all see that, or should we do it again? Did you guys get a chance to look? We're supposed to behold the joyful vision of the colorful abundance of our gratitude. So let's do it one more time, tossing it up into the air on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, excellent. Did everybody get theirs back? All right. So part 2 is that we're going to toss them into these 2 boxes here, because we're going to swap them around, and this is how to collect them the fastest. So we're playing a little bit of indoor basketball. Try not to pelt Kathy. Kathy, you can walk down the aisle a bit if you want. And there's John. He's got a bigger box if you're feeling confident. There you go. Let's see who can score a point. That's okay. Here, try again, Corey. Let's try not to injure anyone today. Oh, there's another one over there, Kathy. Oh. All right, maybe this was a crazy idea. All right, hey, hooray for Kathy and John. Thank you for your help. And now let's swap sides and everybody pick one out that's a different color from the one you put in. So that's how you know it's not yours. I think we're going to need more music for this, Tom. Okay. Thank you. He's so good. No, thanks. I didn't write one, so I can't take one. All right, John, I think you have to come over here because I think you may have more than Kathy has. Did you get one yet, Viva? You did? You got one? Oh, so just a couple more over here. Viva needs one, and Nancy. Anybody else need one? All right. Thank you, Tom. So everybody has one. You are now the tender keeper of someone else's gratitude. I want to welcome you to go ahead and open your little ball and read what's there. If there are a lot of words, maybe pick out one or two of the words that resonates with you. You are now the tender keeper of someone else's inspiration for gratitude, and someone is the keeper of yours. If you like, you can keep this paper with you to remind you of your blessings, especially in times when it's hard to remember. As you hold someone else's gratitude, they hold yours. And this is an example of the interdependent web that we all live in, because we all do hold each other's gratitude and joy in our own hands. So for this little moment, would you please join me in the spirit of prayer? Spirit of life, help us to recognize in this moment and always that we hold in our hands the capacity for gratitude, the ability to reset our minds on the positive, that we hold in our hands the gratitude of others, the ability to reflect and enhance and build gratitude, purpose, and joy in our families, in our communities, and in our world. Amen. I'm wondering if any of you have received a greeting that you think is really special, if you might want to come forward and share it with the congregation. You could speak from this mic so everybody could hear you and see you, if anybody feels especially moved. I see a couple of people. Stand about here. There you go, Lisa.
So this one is very important. This person is grateful for this congregation, for the community, the work, the love and support, and for social justice.
Thank you. Wonderful. Come on, Beth.
My person wrote, having family and friends that love me no matter what.
Thank you.
My band friends.
Your band?
My band friends.
Oh, your band friends. Awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you.
And this one's illustrated, pickleball.
I think we can guess who wrote that. Pickleball. We love pickleball.
Mine says my mom.
I bet a lot of us are grateful for our moms.
My person said, getting closer to our adult children through our now shared experience of parenthood.
That's beautiful.
I'm alive at 81, and there's nothing I have that is not paid for.
That's great.
This one says small problems.
That's how I like my problems, too, nice and small.
This one says family, with all the range and depth of experiences those relationships entail, and also ducks.
Family and ducks. All right, ducks are gorgeous. I like them, too. Thank you for that great sharing. All right. So I invite you to keep that special piece of paper with you. And now we're going to move into our second gratitude practice of the day. Instead of a thing that you're grateful for, I'm going to invite you to think of a person that you are grateful for. Maybe it's an invisible person, quote unquote, somebody you don't usually think to thank in your daily life, a delivery person, a cashier, a barista, the administrator at an office that you go to sometimes, someone here at church, maybe a neighbor who helps you out now and then. Or maybe there's someone in your life, someone close to you that you really need to say thank you to today. A good friend who's there for you. In the second half of our worship time together, we are going to make thank you cards. In just a minute, we're going to go and move and sit around tables, as I said, in the supper room and in Parish Hall. Some of them are downstairs, some of them are upstairs. And already set out on the table are snacks. There's muffins and fruit to eat. And then there are all sorts of card-making supplies. There's enough for maybe everyone to make 2 or even 3 cards. There's blank cards for you to fill in Thanksgiving colors. There's lots of stickers. Some stickers say thank you. Some are flowers. Some are butterflies. There's some stencils. There's markers. Hopefully there's everything you need to feel creative this morning. And if you don't feel creative, just put some stickers on a card. It's not hard. And then write from your heart. Okay, that's the whole instructions. Now, the whole idea is to have good conversation, so there's also some little gratitude prompts on the table, which I'll tell you about in a second. And we get a special treat while we're making our cards. Instead of having a choir anthem here today, we have special guest singers, a cappella singers, Charlie and Susanna, and they're going to come and sing a song upstairs for the people, and then they're going to go downstairs and sing too. Or downstairs first, we don't know, it's a surprise. So you get to enjoy all those things together. A couple of quick words. The stickers can be a little hard to pull the backing off, so we have a special trick, and I'll be walking around and showing that to people. Let's see. And in the baskets, there's also feedback forms to tell us what you thought about today. And then there's these gratitude conversation prompts. Bill, could you put up that last slide for me? And these are just things to think about today. Who are you thanking and why? If you feel like talking about these things at your table, these are just questions to get you thinking. Share an appreciation for someone at your table or here at church. Share a memory about a time someone was especially kind or thoughtful. And of course, listen to other people when they're sharing. And do you have a regular gratitude practice? And if so, if you feel like talking about it, share that with people at your table. Just before we move to that time in our worship service, I want to say thank you and hello again and goodbye to the folks on Zoom. I hope maybe you'll take this moment to make some thank you cards at home and think about the people in your life you would like to thank. We will be having a regular worship service with a sermon next Sunday, and of course the alternative fair is coming up on Saturday, so I hope to see you there. Thanks everybody, and now I'm going to ask us to move to the other tables and enjoy our second half of worship as Tom plays us some songs, some music. Thank you, Tom. Let Bill sing it. Let Bill play for us. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. The most important thing is to stop here and get your coffee. Stop in Parish Hall for coffee because there's no coffee downstairs.